Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Seat Work Explanation. Today is lesson 147. All right, boys and girls, please pay close attention. Remember, always write your name on your paper. And boys and girls, Miss Sajor wants you to do your best and write your work as neatly as you can. We're going to continue writing our capital letters and lowercase letters. We have been reviewing for some time now. Make sure you form the letters correctly. Make sure you do not pass the top line, the midline, and the bottom line. Take a look at section 2. Write the words under the correct sound. Let's read the words in the green box. Circle, pledge, gentle, badge, germ, chance. If you take a look here, you have the special sounds in city, in giant, and in fudge. So the first one is done for you. Circle has a C that says S in city. Circle. Notice how that C makes that S sound. So circle was written on the line. So you need to write those words on the line. So you would trace circle. You can cross it out or put a check that you have already used that word. And this page was page 151. All right, let's take a look at your math. Section 1, match the clock with the times. Take a look at this time clock right here. What time is it? The hour hand is on the 8. And the minute hand is on the 5. It is 8:05. You draw the line to the correct time, 8:05. You would read the time for these clocks and draw a line to match the time over here. Let's take a look at section 2. With your ruler, draw lines these lengths. Let me zoom in. You may not have a ruler at home. So I'm going to measure the line right here. It has 4 and then you see those quote marks. That when you see the quote marks, it means inches. So you need to make sure you draw a line that is 4 inches long. So here's the ruler. Make sure you're using the inch side. You line up your ruler with the line right here. That line should be 0. Line it up. And then you draw a straight line until it is 4 inches. Okay. You may need to pause the video so you can see how long 4 inches is. All right, let's take a look at the next one. The next one says 8 centimeters. Now I need to make sure that I'm using the centimeter side. So I flip my ruler the other way. And I do the same thing. I line it up, that green line with my very first line, which indicates 0. And I draw a line, a straight line to indicate 8 centimeters. Okay. All right, let's take a look at section 3. Section 3 says, write the sums. You will add and solve each problem. Let's take a look at the back page. Page 294. All right, section 1 says, write the answers to the combination your teacher says. So boys and girls, listen carefully. A, 4 plus 8. B, 11 minus 7. C, 10 minus 5. D, 12 minus 9. E, 7 minus 3 plus 6. F, 2 plus 9 minus 4. Let's take a look at our story problem. Mrs. Robin laid 4 eggs. Mrs. Sparrow laid 5 eggs. And Mrs. Dove laid 2 eggs. How many eggs did both Mrs. Robin and Mrs. Sparrow lay? So you need the information. Here it says mark the circle under the fact that was not needed. So read it again. Figure out which fact is not needed and mark your circle. And the second one says mark the circle under the combination in the answer. And then you'll write the answer to this question. How many eggs did both Mrs. Robin and Mrs. Sparrow lay? All right, let's take a look at section 3. Write a number that is greater than or less than. Here you have number 32. It says 32, and this is the less than sign. So you can write any number that is less than 32. For example, 32 is less than 30. You can use any number starting at 1 to 31, and that would be the right answer. Any number that is less than. And this symbol right here is the greater than symbol. 100 is greater than any number that ranges from numbers 1 to 99. Let's take a look at our letters and sound paper, page 147. Let's take a look at section 1. Circle the special sounds. You have shun, zhun, and television. So you will circle your special sounds. Section 2 says match. You'll match the contraction with the word it stands for. You will means you'll. So match the contraction. Section 3. Add the suffixes. You have the suffix s and ed. For example, you have the word hop. When you add the suffix s, the new word is hops. You have the word hop. When you add a special sound ed, you have hopped. Notice the P was double before adding ed because the vowel in hop is short. But let's take a look at hope. the vowel is long and the E is silent. When you're adding an S, you don't need to drop the E. It says hopes. But when you're adding a suffix beginning with the vowel, or E, you drop the E in hope and add the suffix ed for hoped. You'll do the same for the rest. Let's do tap together. We have the root word tap. And I'm going to add the suffix s. My new word is taps. Now for me to add the ed, I'm going to double my final consonant because my vowel is short before adding ed. Tapped. You will do the rest the same. Now let's take a look at our language page, 147. Section 1, finish the story. The words in the box are learn, farmers, woods, peanut. So you will read the story and you will add these words. Make sure the words you add make sense. You're not coming up with your own words, but you're adding the words from the box. For example, as a boy, George Washington Carver loved to go to the blank to study plants. Where would he go to study plants? He will go to the woods to study plants. Okay? Section 2. Drop the silent E, add a suffix. You have the suffix ing, ed, and wanted, t, and looked, and d, and played, and and bigger. And this was ing and pointing. So you're going to drop the silent E and add one of these suffixes to make a new word. For example, like. You drop the E and add ing, and you can have liking or liked.